Standard costing has long been a fundamental tool in the cost accounting toolbox, providing organizations with a structured framework for tracking, analyzing, and managing their costs. However, the rapid advancements in automation and technology are posing significant challenges to the traditional application of standard costing practices. As manufacturing and other industries increasingly embrace automation, the underlying cost structures are undergoing dramatic shifts. The reduced reliance on manual labor, the growing prominence of capital intensive equipment, and the evolving nature of overhead costs are all forcing organizations to rethink their standard costing methodologies. In this article, we will explore how the rise of automation is impacting standard costing, the key challenges it presents, and the strategies organizations can adopt to adapt their cost management practices to this new reality. The changing cost structure in automated environments. One of the primary impacts of increased automation on standard costing is the shifting cost structure within organizations. In traditional manufacturing settings, direct labor and variable overhead costs often accounted for a significant portion of the total cost of production. However, as automation takes over more tasks, the proportion of these costs is diminishing, while the share of fixed costs associated with capital equipment, technology, and infrastructure is rising. This shift in the cost structure has several implications for standard costing. Reduced significance of direct labor standards. As automated processes replace manual labor, the importance of establishing accurate direct labor standards diminishes. Organizations must now focus more on optimizing the utilization and efficiency of their capital equipment rather than managing individual worker productivity. Challenges in allocating overhead costs. With a growing proportion of fixed costs related to automation, the traditional methods of allocating overhead based on direct labor hours or machine hours may no longer be appropriate. Companies must explore alternative cost allocation strategies that better reflect the true drivers of overhead costs in an automated environment. Increased emphasis on machine-related standards in highly automated settings. The establishment of accurate standards for machine utilization, maintenance, and energy consumption becomes critical. Organizations must develop robust systems for monitoring and controlling these machine-related costs to ensure the overall efficiency and profitability of their operations. Rethinking labor and overhead cost standards. As organizations navigate the transition to more automated environments, they must adapt their standard costing practices to address the changing cost structure and the diminishing role of direct labor. Redefining labor standards. Instead of focusing on individual worker productivity, organizations should shift their attention to optimizing the overall equipment effectiveness of their automated systems. This involves establishing standards for factors such as machine uptime, cycle time, and quality performance to ensure the efficient utilization of the capital investments. Allocating overhead costs based on driver analysis rather than relying on traditional allocation methods. Companies should conduct a thorough analysis of their overhead cost drivers to identify the most appropriate basis for allocation. This may involve using metrics such as machine hours, production volume, or even more granular measures of resource consumption to distribute overhead costs more accurately. Integrating automation data into standard costing. To effectively manage costs in an automated environment, organizations must establish robust data collection and analysis systems that capture real-time information on machine performance, energy consumption, and other relevant metrics. This data should be seamlessly integrated into the standard costing framework to provide a comprehensive and up-to-date understanding of the true cost of production. Continuous review and adjustment of standards as automation technologies continue to evolve and the cost structure within the organization changes over time. The standard costing system must be regularly reviewed and adjusted to ensure its ongoing relevance and accuracy. This may involve periodic reassessment of cost drivers, updating of standard rates, and the incorporation of new performance metrics to reflect the changing dynamics of the automated environment. Embracing a holistic approach to cost management. In the face of increasing automation, standard costing alone may not be sufficient to effectively manage costs and drive continuous improvement. Organizations must adopt a more holistic approach to cost management that leverages a combination of techniques and strategies. This may include integrating standard costing with other cost management methodologies, such as activity-based costing or lean accounting, to gain a more comprehensive understanding of the cost structure. Implementing advanced data analytics and business intelligence tools to enhance the visibility and analysis of cost data in real time. Fostering cross-functional collaboration between the cost accounting team, operations, and technology groups to ensure a unified and informed approach to cost management. Aligning cost management strategies with the organization's overall digital transformation initiatives and technology roadmap. By embracing a holistic approach to cost management that adapts to the realities of an automated environment, organizations can enhance the accuracy, relevance, and strategic value of their standard costing practices, positioning themselves for long-term success in an increasingly technology-driven business landscape. Conclusion. The rise of automation is profoundly transforming the cost structures and operational dynamics of organizations across various industries. As a result, the traditional application of standard costing is facing significant challenges, requiring companies to rethink their cost management strategies and adapt their practices to this new reality. By addressing the shifting importance of labor standards, exploring alternative approaches to overhead cost allocation, and integrating automation data into their standard costing frameworks, organizations can maintain the accuracy and relevance of their cost management systems. Moreover, by adopting a more holistic approach that leverages a combination of techniques and aligns with the organization's overall digital transformation, companies can position themselves to effectively manage costs, drive continuous improvement, and sustain a competitive advantage in an increasingly automated business environment.